For ages I've tried to avoid this one game. Even in times of absolute boredom, I resisted the urge to click the download button. But the time has finally come. The time for my final face-off knocked on my door. I knew that I had to do it. I forced myself to play Dark Souls 1. So my first day experience could be summed up perfectly by one specific word: pain. And all of the possible synonyms. You see, it might be worth saying that I kinda lived under a rock. Before I had played Dark Souls, I thought that this game's fanbase is like a cult and wish everyone praises the months it took them to kill a suck my balls demon. And now I know that I had a pretty fucked regard of Souls-like games. But let's not embarrass myself anymore, shall we? So, I began my journey with the pride and ego that set a boundary to never check any guide video or wiki. Well, wish me luck, that was kinda reckless. The prologue, well, it seemed fairly easy. Left click attack, yeah, thank you for information. Oh, 13 damage, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, wow, I'm so bad. Whoa, how am I supposed to hit him? Those sound like a perfect place for a boss. You see, I was right. There is a boss. Ooh, oh. First death out of many in this game, I think. What now, bitch? I have the high ground. Oh my... Why he can jump? Why? But as I got to the next location, I learned my first important thing about this game. It won't tell you shit. Apart from the fact that the lore and story is completely optional, which was a new thing to me. By the way, thank you whoever you are, guys, for putting lore explanation of Dark Souls on YouTube. Things like where you should go, what you should use, and what you shouldn't use, where you shouldn't go, are left for players and players only. It's also worth a mention that I switched to offline mode to have a real day one experience. That way, I spent over half an hour fighting some skeletons, convinced it's the only way to go, until finding stairs leading to Undead. When I finally got to the castle, I quickly learned another lesson. Day one was definitely full of lessons. No fighting on the stairs. It's pretty self-explanatory. And when finally it was a piece of cake to get through all the goofballs in the Untitled, there was time for the boss. Oh, Jesus! Demon Towers, well, my first boss fight. Kick him in the balls, kick him! Ah! Whoa. Drink this fucking flask. Oh, that was dodged. 100%. Goofball. That's my tactic. Rush him. Yeah. Oh no. Oh. Come on. Will he attack? That's bullshit. Damn, that roll was sick. Roll number 2 attempt. What? Shit, that's the chance. Damn, look at those moves! Oh, I didn't even deal any damage to him, and I'm dead already, fuck. That was ridiculous. Trying to kill it and restarting my whole journey through Undead, well, it put me on the verge of mental breakdown. But you see, here's a fun fact. Every single time I died, it only whetted my will to push myself again and finally accomplish the mission of killing the boss. Eventually, you know, even my desperation had to be put to rest, and this guy made me give up. Alright, hold your horses please, because I might need to explain something to you. I've lost my 3-hour-long recording from the second day, yeah. Well, to be exact, I didn't really lose it. OBS just decided that instead of recording Souls, it will record a Discord notification for 3 straight hours. So, I can't show you how I killed the Towers Demon, the Steel Boar by sticking a halberd into his ass, or the Gargoyle Eyes. You know, you just have to imagine it. Maybe the audio will help you a bit.
No kurwa! O, dało radę. No nie! No nie, no kurwa, chyba se jaja.
Oh, I should also mention that I tried to kill the butterfly boss during the second day, and that I also stole some cool armor from the tree guys and their big ass stone friends. Anyway, day's 3 plan was to kill the butterfly, and to be honest, who the fuck came up with the idea that it would be the perfect boss? I mean, it was the most boring boss fight of the century. Just dodging the butterfly's flame for the X time and waiting till it sits peacefully to have supper. Wow. Honestly, 2 out of 10 boss. Sorry not sorry From Software. Thank God it only took me 1.5 hours to kill it. After the epic face-off with Mr. Butterfly, I headed back to the Dragon Fella, headed down the ladder, and met the dogs. Literally the most irritating enemy. The path to Capra Demon was the real torture. The boss itself was easy as hell, but the dogs? Also, who put those inside with Capra? Those made my blood boil and I wanted to exterminate them in the cruelest way possible. Well, probably if I could only figure out that there was a bonfire this whole time in the depths, I could avoid having mental issues by just going through all those places again. So, off we go to the depths. Once again, this game seriously tested my awareness. Let alone the slimes, I'm talking about the holes in the floor. And the freaking frogs. I pretty much underestimated them because I rushed through the depths and got to the vagina crocodile, so I didn't consider them as much of a threat as the dogs. That changed when I fell down into some random room with them and immediately got cursed. And I had no clue how to get rid of it. So yeah, I'm guilty of checking the wiki. I broke my own rule. That was also relearning the fact that this game won't tell you shit. After that, killing a vagina boss was just a formality. I mean, past 3 bosses were quite easy. Maybe I'm just good. I know what you think. You anticipated this moment since the beginning of this video, going to Blighttown. Before I had gone there, I believed it was quite a sentimental place for Dark Souls players, because supposedly this is a really hard location. In my case, nothing could be farther from the truth. To be honest, yeah, it was harder than the past 2 locations, but I didn't have any destructive thoughts for my controller in this place, which is a great determinant of how bad my struggles are in games. Quilak, the boss, was, well, pretty fucking hilarious. The worms that those guys carry were much more stressful than the fight with her. But I pretty much entered and left this place. And you know, I started to believe that Dark Souls isn't that hard after all. Until day 5, and day 6, and day 7. I put those 3 days together because I have literally spent 3 days trying to finish Sen's Fortress. And to put it nicely, shit was really wild. I don't know why, I don't know how, even the snakes near the gate, which was guarded by the Onion Man, sometimes made me go nuts. The first guy throwing the lightning bolts in my worst moment took me almost 30 minutes to go past him, simply unbelievable. And then, cool, a rolling ball. What could be worse? Ultimately, I had enough and had to watch a guide. I think that watching guides should be considered cheating in this game, to be honest. Also, it was the time when I began to understand things like stats, certain weapons and how do they work, and that it's very likely I will be forced to come back to Firelink Shrine. So, I decided that like God, on the 7th day of creation I had to rest, and in the beautiful sun I did. The quintessential lesson that after those 7 days is known to have been told to me by this game is that I freaking got addicted to Souls-likes. Elden Ring, you're next.